A small box that opens wide a large window of opportunities. Your smartphone. You can still use it to make calls, yes, but it is also your connection with a long-lost friend. Or the latest news. It's your means of entertainment, your in-house grocery store. And now, it even becomes your bank. Yes, your bank. Introducing Waterstone Bank's mobile banking with mobile check deposit. With it, experience banking all through the day, all through the night, at all places, on all kinds of devices. All at your fingertips. Not only can you access your account anywhere, you can even use your mobile phone to deposit checks remotely. Just take a picture of the front and back of your endorsed check with your iPad, iPhone, or Android and get set to deposit it without going anywhere. It couldn't be simpler or more convenient. And the best part? It's completely free. Waterstone Bank's mobile banking with mobile check deposit. Download the app today. A small box that opens wide a large window of opportunities. Your smartphone. You can still use it to make calls, yes, but it is also your connection with a long-lost friend. Or the latest news. It's your means.
From the Panther Arena in downtown Milwaukee, Wisconsin, it's the Major Arena Soccer League tonight, the Milwaukee Wave hosting the Kansas City Comets. And a pleasant good evening to everyone, wherever you may be. Tom Wood, along with former Wave team captain Tenzin Rampe, is with you from the black turf here at Panther Arena. Tenzin, fourth meeting of the year between these two longtime rivals. Wave has won 2 of the first 3, but last couple have been extremely close, including a 7-6 overtime win by Milwaukee here on January 20th against the Comets. Comets 7-6 overall. They've won 4 of their last 5. Struggle a bit on the road though, just 1-5. Wave at 8-3, but only 3-2 here at home. So they've had some challenges as well here. What do you see as kind of the main points coming into tonight's matchup?
Good points, Tom. You know, for me, the fourth meeting is interesting because both coaches have had 3 games now to get their tactics right. So coming into this building in the fourth meeting, I'm looking for KC, who's historically been very good at pressuring the keeper, maybe to drop back a little bit coming from a short turnaround. And the Wave, with a 2-week break, maybe they come out a little higher. But the key player in this one, John Sosa for the Kansas City Comets, who's pretty much their point guard, if there was one in indoor soccer. Can the Wave shut him down by maybe pressing a little higher up the field and denying him the ball?
Kansas City also led by their redoubtable player coach Leo Gibson, who leads the league in scoring right now with 41 points. All right, for the Wave, Rafa Diaz back in goal. Rafa coming back off a concussion protocol. He was one of the league's top keepers for the first part of the season, so hopefully he can get back to form. But another big addition to the Milwaukee Wave, and that's Andre Hayne.
Yeah, both great players to have back. Andre Hayne, a key player in the playoffs last year, just provides a little physical presence up top to hold the ball, allow the rest of your team get into the attack. They're really happy to have him back.
So, Milwaukee and Kansas City will get it on tonight here from the Panther Arena. Come right back after this. This is Wave Soccer and MASL TV. And so we are just about set to go here from Panther Arena. You see the video flyover of the Blue Angels. First of two this weekend here at Panther Arena. See tomorrow night. Wave will be back in action hosting the Harrisburg Heat. Tom went along with Tenzin Rampa, and we greet you wherever you may be tuning us in here in the city of Milwaukee, Milwaukee County, state of Wisconsin, or perhaps down in the Kansas City area, be it Independence, maybe on the Kansas side, the states of Missouri, or the United States of America, the North American continents, the planet Earth, the International Space Station, or worlds beyond. Welcome one and all. Tenzin should be another good one tonight between the Wave and the Comets.
Absolutely, Tom. I've been looking forward to this one since the last game against the Lancers. And, you know, as a player, loved playing against KC. And, you know, as a broadcaster, it's just the same. You know, it's been a pleasure so far, and I'm really looking forward to this one.
Well, I'm sure it's a lot nicer to see a Wave Comets matchup without you personally having to mark Leo Gibson.
Yeah, Leo was tough, but to be honest, you know, those are some of my highlights of, you know, for the days that I played. And, you know, you want to play against the best, and, you know, a guy like Leo, all credit to him so far this season to be leading the league in points at his age, along with being the coach of this team, with a team that's trying to fight into the playoffs. It's quite impressive.
36 years young, originally from Monrovia, Liberia, but then emigrating to the United States, eventually played his college ball at King University in Tennessee, which is in Bristol, Tennessee, which, you know, of course, could almost be in Virginia because it's right on the border there. So, and then Leo, long-time member of the Comets, and he has had a tremendous career and now first year as player coach. Meanwhile, Milwaukee's head coach, Giuliano Oliviero, in his 6th season since taking over for the legendary Keith Tozer, leading the Wave to a championship last year, Milwaukee's 7th all-time, and he has indeed done a tremendous job here with the Wave. He and assistant coach Marcello Fontana, of course, was a longtime player, teammate of yours at times during your career, and so
yeah, you know, and it's just been a pleasure to watch Jules, you know, one, to play with him, then grow into his coaching role, and, you know, coaching with his club as well, won a national championship with his U15 girls. So, you know, he's having quite the year, and just going to be a great battle today. So another beautiful day for indoor soccer.
Indeed it is. Temperature, oh, probably hovering in the mid-30s outside. Actually, sunny and around 40 today. Kind of the weather that the Milwaukee Panthers baseball team can probably anticipate when they begin their season at Routine Field in Franklin, home of the Milwaukee Milkmen, who fortunately don't have to start playing until the end of May. May 26th opening day at Routine Field. All right, underway. Wave with it. They go left to right as we look at the action. Chad Vandergriff trying to send it up the board. Pass intercepted as Berto. Robert Palmer has it. Now Kyle Williams. Williams on the far side. Sosa runs up and fires one in off the inboard wide, but we got a foul going to be called. And welcome back to the Wave and the MASL. Andre Hain picking up that foul.
And that's, you know, that's one of the things that Andre will bring to your team. Energy on the defensive side of the ball. That time a little bit late, but yeah, I like to see that early from Andre, getting his legs under him.
And it comes on the restart. Shot taken by Gibson was off the mark. Williams follow up in the stands. Rafa Diaz back in the nets tonight for the Milwaukee Wave. The 37-year-old Brazilian, now in his 4th season with Milwaukee. First time as the primary goalkeeper with the season-long absence of Josh Lemos out for the year with preseason knee surgery. Rafa making his 11th start and appearance, a record of 6-1 and a 4.37 goals against average, which is 4th best in the league. He also tops the league in save percentage at .759. LSO fires one in, cleared out by Sandavari for the Comets. Marcio Leite racing back to it and knocks it back to the keeper Diaz, and long throw out, foul going to be called. And that's going to be Mirko Sandavari picking up his first personal foul.
Be very interesting early on here, Tom, which team has got their tactics right in the fourth meeting between these two teams. Key players here, obviously with Andre back, but you know, players like Leo Gibson. The one that sticks out to me today, John Sosa. Can we deny him the ball? Harrisburg had some success denying him the ball last game. Does the Wave stay higher up on him, at least on goal throws?
Well, I thought you made a good point in the pregame regarding that. Says Guilherme Vega trying to send one through, partially blocked, and he'll come back with a foul on Leo Gibson. Vega was a game-time decision whether he was going to play. Hurt his ankle in practice this week. There you get a look at Guilherme. Comets working it right to left, anchored by their rookie goalkeeper, Nicolau Neto. Fifth start and appearance of the year for Neto. Native of Brazil, but played his college ball at Columbia College in Missouri. Record of 3-0 with a 5.55 goals against average. Here's Isaac Pereira the other way, trying to slot the pass in the middle, broken up. Now poked away in the middle by the goalkeeper Neto, and he'll clear it out. Dumped into the corner. Robert Palmer there with it. Matthew Yang gets it. Yang, the rookie out of Milwaukee Hamilton High School and UW Parkside, tried to play it back for Grable as Stewart did well to keep it alive. And Matthew Yang going shoulder to shoulder with Leo Gibson. The ball pops up. It'll be going to the Wave. I know Coach Oliveira likes the energy that Matthew Yang brings to the Wave.
Yeah, and he does his job well. He plays simple. You know, the most important possession, as we get a close shot there, the most important possession after you win the ball is that first pass, and usually Matthew connects that first pass, so that's something that every team's going to need.
Derek Huffman able to win in the midfield now for Ian Bennett, trying to come 2-on-3 with Andre Hain. Ian trying to get around the end board. Ball is loose. Hain keeps it alive. Andre in the middle. Can't get the shot. Drops it back. And the weak roller by Huffman taken by Neto. Looked like Andre was going to try to turn and shoot it with the left foot in the middle of the box, but didn't think he had the leverage there. Neto, the rookie goalkeeper, getting some pressure from the Wave.
Can't lose Leo Gibson here.
There's Gibson with it right now. Shot, save made by Diaz as he turned that one away from Kevin Ellis. Ellis, the former MLS star with the SC Kansas City team.
Right there. Leo, gotta know where he is at all times. Obviously so good at making tactical line changes. That time just kind of sneaking on that far side. Had that ball got to him, he would have had a 1v0.
Huffman looking up, the shot by Marcio just wide. Good look that time from Derek Huffman on the back line. Derek, along with teammate Mario Alvarez, who's still out with an injury, coming over from Orlando to Milwaukee earlier this season, and good acquisition by the Wave. And that one just trickling off of Chad Vandegrift into the Wave bench, and the Comets will take it. Still no score, 4 minutes gone by here in the first period. Plenty of action going on in the MASL tonight. They're in the fourth quarter down in Lakeland, and the Florida Tropics with a 6-2 lead over the San Diego Sockers as Diaz bats that one away. Now Marcio trying to stuff a field, and unfortunately put it up over the dashboard into the stands, and it'll be a top-the-arc restart for the Comets. Del Marcio disappointed with himself there. So restart chance for the Comets. Always dangerous with Sosa on the ball and Gibson out there anywhere else.
Just your pieces here. Look out for Rodriguez here to step out.
And the shot blocked by the defensive wall, trickles to the goalkeeper Diaz, and he picks it up. And Rafa taking a rap on the back of the head, and that's the last thing the Wave wants to see. Remember, he was just coming back from concussion protocol after missing the last game and a half. Let's check it out one more time in the Wisconsin Vision instant replay. Defensive wall able to block most of it, and then Kyle Williams goes tumbling over, and I think he's telling the ref that Chad Vandegrift pushed him up and over Diaz, but Rafa hopefully going to be okay. Matt Isold had stepped in for Rafa when he was injured and performed very capably for Milwaukee. Ellis in the middle, follows it up to himself a couple of times, header in the middle, Cleared out by Alex Bradley for the Wave. And now a follow-up shot by Sosa near the top of the box, and foul is going to be called as Luan Salas Oliveira, LSO, number 8, draws the foul. That's his first personal. Remember, in the MASL, you get 3 personals in each half. On your 4th, that equals a blue card. Gibson on it this time. Plays it across. Shot in, blocked in front of Diaz. That was Bradley right there.
Good touch from Luan. Got a 3v2 if you can use it. 4v3.
There's Bradley in the middle. Sir Alex pushing up. He tries to lay it off for Ian Bennett. Broken up by the Comets defense. And that will bounce into the Milwaukee bench area, so Wave will put it in. Wave coming off a 15-3 beatdown of the Rochester Lancers, their last outing. It was January 25th here in Milwaukee. The Comets, meanwhile, coming off a 6-5 overtime victory over Harrisburg in KC on Thursday night, in which the Comets scored the game-winning goal with 1 second left in overtime. Lucas Rodriguez capping off a hat trick with the game winner there.
Excellent cover that time by Marcio.
Good step up there by Palmer to take it away. Now in the middle, here's Adam James. James trying to lay it off to his left to Stokic, but good hustle back by Vega to break it up. Andre Hain trying to work his way out. Andre, as we said, making his season debut for the Wave tonight. 47 previous regular season games, 22 goals and 14 assists for Andre Hain. And in 10 career playoff games with the Wave, 7 goals, 2 assists, including 5 goals in last year's run to the championship.
Both teams kind of getting you get the feel they're trying to feel each other out here a little bit with the possession game. Neither team really dominating possession right now. A couple of times both teams have gotten it in and kicked it out.
Last foul was called against Nacho Flores of the Comets. Guy Gomes doing a nice job to get it ahead to Gibson. He launches long, just above the crossbar. Oh, Leo Gibson from 3/4 length of the field almost had one there.
And that's experience, knowing where you are on the field.
Boy, another few centimeters down, and he would have had that one. Meanwhile, Stokic back the other way. Taking a little contact from Vega. No call, though. They play on. Jeremy may have gotten a break there from the officials. Wave, as we mentioned, 8-3 coming in, 3-2 at home. The Comets 7-6 overall, but just 1-5 on the road. And the Comets losing 3 of their regularly contributing players to outdoor duty after last week's game. Shot at the top of the area by Drew Wiedebach was taken away. Drew had a couple of goals his last time out against Rochester. Ray Lee, who was actually their second leading scorer with 10 goals, 4 assists for 14 points, has left for USL trial, as has Matt Lewis and also Ray Sari. Sari had a big goal for the Comets last time these teams played here on January 20th in that 7-6 Wave overtime victory, which was decided on an overtime goal by Angel Curiel Chino with about 20 seconds left in overtime. That one knocked up above the goal, out of play, so we will have our media timeout here. No score in the first period. So we'll take a break, come back with more. This is Wave Soccer and MASL TV. And we're back. Wave Soccer on MASL TV. You see Giuliano Oliviero, the Waves head coach, trying to inspire the fellows down there with a few words. Updated scores in Lakeland. Tropics 8, Sockers 2. you can put that one on the board for Florida. They are going to go to 13-1. Very impressive start for the reformatted Tropics this season after being non-playoff qualifiers their first 3 years. And meanwhile in Baltimore, the Blast with a 5-3 lead over the Rochester Lancers. Blast at 8-6. They're halfway through their 4-game winning streak against Rochester and Orlando. This will be number 3 tonight with the Seawolves on the docket for number 4 in Baltimore coming up. And then Lancers, though, still looking for the first win, 0-13, but they've at least been scoring a few goals as of late, Doug Miller's team.
Yeah, and the Eastern Conference is as tight as I've seen it, as a player. And I have to give credit to Florida Tropics. Early on in the season when I saw some of the changes that they had made and just knowing them, historically being a newer team and from playing against them, I didn't know if it was going to be a one-year deal where they would be able to turn it around, but they've been having a great season, so credit to them.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Coach Clay Roberts and really 10, 11 new players all shuffled into the mix there. And so far they've mixed it up and the recipe's been good. Shot put in by Chino, knocked down, Chino gets it back. And his attempted shot, and we're going to follow Lucas Rodriguez, and Chino took a knock there on his left leg. Good restart chance for the Wave coming up here. So Rodriguez picks up his first personal foul.
Multiple options here, righty, lefty with Luan and Ian.
Marcio to trigger as he puts it in. LSO with a shot blocked by the defense. He keeps it alive. Bradley trying to dig it out in the corner, and he does so. And back for Luan, but he let it go past, thinking Marcio was behind it, but it really, Stefan Stokic was there. Speaking of Harrisburg, they will be here tomorrow night to take on the Wave. 5:07 game time here at Panther Arena. You can order your tickets online at MilwaukeeWave.com. Your source for everything Wave. So we will get ready to do it again tomorrow. Should be a great matchup. Heat, one of the other teams involved in the playoff race in the Eastern Conference. LSO's shot knocked down. He gets it back from Max. Now we'll play it back out for Leite. Marcio with 2 goals, 12 assists this year, and his 12th assist picked up against the Lancers was number 200 in his MASL career, all with the Wave. Out front, drive, knocked down, rebound, follow! And Neto able to cover up. Vandegrift just missing to the right post, and then LSO trying to follow, and he is down as well as the keeper, Neto. So they may have knocked into each other. Let's take a look one more time here. There's the initial shot that was kicked out, but then CVG's shot, and
oh, it looked like that's a high elbow right there on the shield out. That's probably what caught Luan.
And you can see Neto holding his head as well. So both guys took some knocks for it. Still scoreless with 5:28 left to go here in the first half. Hopefully Luan is going to be okay, and hopefully Neto is going to be okay. Want to remind you fans that MASL Primetime is a new home for the best highlights, interviews, and action from the MASL each week. You can catch the latest episode each Friday as Alex Bastianevsky hosts the 30-minute deep dive into the MASL. Make sure to catch every episode, MASL Primetime. And outside of being on the team, the best way to know what's happening in the MASL is to tune into Kick This every weekend. Soccer Sam discusses the ins and outs of all the MASL action. Find Kick This every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern on iHeartRadio. The Comets with it, wearing the white uniforms. They go right to left here in the first period. Both teams among the better offensive teams in the league, still looking for our first goal. Good job there by Diaz to shut off Ellis as he was coming through. Comets so far this year have scored 90, given up 74. Wave has put up 84, only given up 47.
Loving the decision to run at this goalie. After talking to some of the players here, they believe they can run at Neto. Him maybe a little inexperienced, and maybe he's not as good with his feet as maybe we thought early on. That time proven true.
Well, the old adage in sports, right? Make him prove that he can beat you. Here is Max Ferdinand, shot and a goal!
Love it, Maxie.
Mad Max beyond the Thunderdome as he banks one off the post, and in number 9 of the season for Max. And the Wave grabs a 1-0 lead. And it'll be Matthew Yang on the assist. Check it out one more time.
You know, and credit to Yang, but, you know, that is the Max Ferdinand that I love to see. You know, as we know about Max, great in the assist, but he's usually pass first, pass second. That time, head down. We knew where he was going. Dribbling east to west, had the defender as a shield. Keeper saw it too late, and beautiful finish there.
So the Wave jumps out to the 1-0 lead on the goal by Ferdinand. The other half of the IMAX tandem, Max Ferdinand. Ian Bennett, of course, would be the I part of it. His 9th of the year, also 17 assists, 26 points, second on the Wave team scoring list. And Matty Yang picks up the assist. He's got his second helper of the year to go along with the goal for 3 points. So big goal there for Milwaukee to jump out to the lead. And I'm trying to think, Tenzin, that might be the first time the Wave has scored first on a home game here this year. I have to double check that, but
could be, Tom.
Let's see. I take that back. Last time we played Kansas City, Mikey Herrera.
Oh, that's right in the box, yep.
With his first and only goal of the season. The 19-year-old out of Milwaukee. Not in the lineup tonight, but certainly a young player that Wave is very excited about.
Straight to the keeper.
Chased by Andre Hain. Now at midfield, Palmer with the sidewall pass. Hain breaks it up, and Guy Gomes drags it down from behind. The big guy, Andre Hain, great to have him back. And, you know, one of the things that his presence in the lineup brings, as you point out, Tenzin, that not only the skill that he brings, but the physical presence, always great. And I'm sure you could certainly comment to this from your days playing defender. When you get a big target guy, that makes it very tough to defend for the opposition, generally speaking.
Yeah, generally speaking, you step to him a little slower than you would somebody who isn't as tall as he is because of his length, and you don't want to get spun, so you play him a little bit more straight up. And, you know, here we go with the 1v0.
Isaac walking in, shot a goal! Parada! It's 2-0 Wave. We'll have to see. Could be an assist for Rafa Diaz one more time on replay. Deflected just enough by Sandovari to send Pereira in against Neto.
Yeah, and you know, when you're that last defender, you have got to make that trap. That time going under the foot and seeing Isaac Pereira just kind of creeping a little bit late. Hey, that time he was on the receiving end of a gift there. Good finish nonetheless.
Isaac Pereira tallying the goal there, and the assist again should go to Rafa Diaz, the goalkeeper. And Milwaukee out to a 2-0 lead. Still plenty of time to go in this one. Gibson to the corner, the league's leading scorer. 41 points total as he still maintains the edge over Tacoma's player coach, Nick Pereira. Ian Bennett racing downfield. Here comes Ian. Kick saving a beauty by Neto. Grable follows. He'll lay it off. Far side. LSO.
Just hopped up on him over there, and there's Gibson just sneaking out.
Wow, and that one bounces by him. So both teams with some great potential opportunities.
And I love the touch there by Ian in the open field. Great heavy first touch. Allows him to get a few strides underneath him to create even more separation. Unlucky not to score there.
Max will cycle it back for Drew Wiedebach. Drew, the veteran defender out of Mequon, Wisconsin. Homestead High School and UW Milwaukee, and he's going to call for a foul there, and he's probably lucky he didn't get a blue card. There you get a look at Wiedebach. So that goal by Isaac Pereira, his 4th of the year. Also has 3 assists for 7 points. And Rafa Diaz getting his first point of the year on the assist. So foul called against Alex Bradley there. You get a look at Sir Alex, the British native who played his college ball at Loras College in Dubuque. 2nd year with the Wave, 3rd year overall. MASL Player of the Week a couple weeks back. And he has been just an outstanding addition to this team since coming over after his rookie year in Cedar Rapids with the now defunct Cedar Rapids Rampage. Sent to the middle. Cleared out initially by the way, but the Comets will reload. James open top of the area. Shot is deflected by Diaz and cleared out.
Get organized, take a breath, identify your marks.
Best sustained pressure the Comets have had so far. Williams trying to make a move. Wiedebach stays right with him and draws the foul call. So that is his 2nd. They chip over the top, looking for Kevin Ellis, trying to play to there, broken up by Matthew Yang.
I gotta say, early on here, both teams, you know, maybe early on in the games here, one of the areas they could have improved is marking in the box, but both teams been pretty good marking in the box today. I know Luan caught an elbow there by Sosa, but, you know, I gotta say, as a defender, that is like protecting your crease in hockey. If somebody comes in there, you know, they have got to feel your body. So, you know, expect it if you're a forward and, you know, commit to it if you're a defender.
Good analogy there. Speaking of hockey, of course, this is also the home venue for the Milwaukee Admirals, who are having a pretty good season in their own right, although they suffered a 3-2 loss to the Texas Stars right here at Panther Arena last night. Bradley trying to find Huffman off the end board. Slid into Sandoval, knocked it down, no call, they play on. 5 seconds left here in the first quarter. And Bradley will just clear that one out to midfield, that'll do it. So good first period for the Wave as they get goals from Max Ferdinand and Isaac Pereira. Their 9th and 4th respectively of this season. And at the end of one, here from Milwaukee, it's the Wave 2, the Comets nothing. We'll come back with the second.
There's no one way to explore the world. My way is to push myself and never take the easy road.
I prefer a road that winds through forests and goes up mountains because I've always been an adventurer at heart. That's why I can't wait to be a scout.
Because scouting will guide me to great things. It won't just teach me to navigate the woods with confidence, but it'll give me the confidence to navigate the world.
I'll enter the Scouts as the best version of myself today and will grow into the best version of myself for my future.
Scouting will show me how to use bravery, trustworthiness, loyalty, and kindness to become a person I'm proud to be.
Because there's no one way to explore the world, and my way is in the Scouts. So scout me in.
Wisconsin Vision. See more life.
We had a vision of creating a sports medicine program from the grassroots level, from peewees to the pros. At Midwest Orthopedic Specialty Hospital, we are taking care of athletes and getting them back on the field. Over 80% of the patients that come to see us for sports-related injuries do not need surgery. That really surprises people. We can relate to our patients because many of us have been there. Athletes like to say they give 110%. Well, guess what? So do we.
We are Dental Associates, a passionate team dedicated to providing care for your entire family. From a simple cleaning to braces, Invisalign, wisdom teeth removal, dentures, and dental implants, we conveniently do it all. Best of all, we're a family-owned business headquartered in Milwaukee.
Our team members are Wisconsin families like yours, with the mission to improve lives beyond dentistry.
Contact us today to schedule your next appointment.
Some of my best memories growing up were cooking with Mom. She always said, food is love. So when she moved in with us, a new kitchen became part of our financial plan. There was a dream. I want to make the most of every meal we have together.
Underway, second period action. Kansas City with it. They go left to right, trailing the Wave 2-0 as Stefan Stokic launches one up above the goal into the retentive netting. And so it'll be a goalkeeper distribution for Rafa Diaz and the Wave. Out for Chino. Getting some pressure from Flores. He turns at midfield. Chino still coming. He launches a shot up and over. So now that each team has got a shot up and over to start the period here, we can...
Wave opting to go high here on Sosa. See if it pays off.
Yeah, and again, as you pointed out, Tenzin, he is the key guy to kind of trigger the offense. So try to, if you can cut him off right in the defensive end on the distributions right away, that's...
Well, you know, he's a guy that wants to be on the ball, right? And he wants to pull the strings. So if you know that, and you can stay high on him, and you know he's not going to necessarily beat you on the dribble, you can be pretty effective.
Takeaway here.
Ian on the break here.
Ahead for Bennett, trying to come in with Sosa chasing. Ian got around him. Ian shot it.
Oh, hey, way to keep his feet moving there. A lovely weighted pass from Luan as well.
Top shelf where Grandma keeps the sweet treats. And Milwaukee leads it 3-0. One more time. Well, what a finish there by Ian Bennett. So the other half of the IMAX tandem is on the board as Ian bags his 24th goal of the season. He is second in that category to Ontario's Frank Tayo, who's got 25 on the year. LSO with the assists. And Luan gets his 6th assist of the year, 3-0 Wave. So the Wave out and flying here in the first 16 minutes of this contest. Updated scores, 8-4 in Lakeland with the Tropics leading the San Diego Sockers. 8-4 in Baltimore with the Blast leading the Rochester Lancers. Rodriguez drives one in, just a bit high for a potential conversion there.
Wave really look like they have their legs under them, don't they, Tom? You know, after the 2-week break.
Absolutely, they have been flying on both ends of the field so far. Comets again, they're pretty well vested offensive team, so you got to be able to keep the pressure on these guys, as we saw most graphically in that game down in Kansas City back on January 17th when the Wave had a 7-2 lead midway through the third period, and the Comets came storming back for a 9-8 victory. And we were talking before, that probably got a rate as one of the 5 most heartbreaking regular season losses in Wave history. Believe me, I've practically seen them all, and that was a tough one. Foul called against Milwaukee, so that was Isaac Pereira called for the foul. Restart comes outside the zone. Again, with KC, you really want to try to limit their restart chances if you can. They are very effective on the restart situations. Sosa looking in. He'll go to the corner far side for Kyle Williams. Interestingly, Sosa this year in 10 games, he's only got 4 goals, 6 assists, but you go back a couple of years, 16-17, 20 games, 6 goals, 25 assists, and then last year, 23 games with 11 goals, 21 assists. So he definitely can be quite a playmaker.
Yeah, and and I think a lot of those moments that his team has been successful, he's maybe had the second or third assists. So, yeah, definitely valuable for the KC here.
He'd be up in the 40s or 50s if we had the hockey scoring to go along with it. Shot and knocked down, rebound, follow. Gibson plays it off the glass. Now turning shot and a goal. Boy, nice collection and turn that time from Kyle Williams. And just fired it right into the mixer and it deflected in off one of the defenders. Kansas City's on the board. It's 3-1.
And that ball right there, that initial ball that goes high off the boards, that's what we call, and Leo's so good at this right here, just creating stress for the defense. That just turns your head around, and you just, credit to the touch, but you see, if you look at the heads of all the defenders, they had to follow the ball, find it, and they just found it a little bit too late that time.
Ball deflected in off of Chino at the far post. Time the goal at 3:05. I'd have to see that again, Tenzin, to see if that was on target or not. That very well have gone in, even if it doesn't. Well, not on target according to sources down in the booth. That was Ian Thompson emphatically saying it wasn't on target. I trust Ian's judgment. So unlucky there for Chino. And a big goal for Kyle Williams as he will get his 8th of the season. Also has 5 assists for 13 points. And Leo Gibson should get an assist. It would be number 20 and his league-leading 42nd point. Here's Andre Hain trying to work his way past Rodriguez on the far side. Good battle there. And then a late step in and foul going to be called against Stuart Grable. Stewart, the veteran out of Neenah, Wisconsin, UWGB. You get a look at Stewart. Green Bay, of course, Horizon League rivals of the Milwaukee Panthers. Tenzin Rampa's alma mater. And they produced quite a few pretty good players up there. Tony Walls, J.C. Banks among them. Shot deflected just off the post. Oh, the tip drive from Ellis just missing on the left post. Williams now. Comets definitely getting some energy in those legs after that goal to make the score 3-1 at midfield. The official Kyle Trimble trying to get out of the way there. KC is still coming now. Pereira with it. Izak has 1 of 3 goals for Milwaukee, working it with Max. Izak sporting a new haircut off the inboard in front. Oh! Unlucky there for Matty Yang.
Got the angle right that time. Unlucky for Yang.
Max works at the corner. That shot is drilled high and out of play by Drew Wiedebach. Unlucky for Yanger. He had some pressure behind him. Check it out one more time. Great ball from Pereira.
Yeah, it looked like his weight was on his back foot there. Maybe had to leave his feet to slide in there.
Comets trying to break the pressure. They will keep it on the goalkeeper, Nicolo Neto. Out to midfield. Nice move there. Derek Huffman come up to head it away. Marcio has it. 3-3 in the zone. Marcio will turn and cycle it back. Didn't have what he wanted there. And just calmly turns and brings it back to midfield.
So good at making the right soccer decision there. Recognized that it was 3v3. Opted to pull it out and find another opening.
Bradley with it now. Getting harassed on the far side, but he works it back. Ian Bennett. Ian, who has the Waves' most recent goal, back for Bradley. Fires a shot. Saved Neto. Rebound. Follow. And a good block out high on the follow-up attempt from Bennett. Ian has had inordinate success against the Comets over the years. Several hat tricks, a couple of 4-goal games. And boy, you know the Comets coming in any one particular game always are wary of Ian Bennett for sure. Grable with it now. Works it across to Chino. Milwaukee starting to control the possession a bit here, midway through the second period.
Very good possession here from the Waves, keeping this group of 5 Comets on for now what is almost a 3-minute shift. Look for the killer punch to come maybe after one offensive change here.
Yeah, got to be getting
Should we hold it?
A few tired legs there. Again, KC played Thursday nights and played till the final second of overtime. A 70-minute game against Harrisburg Heat. Foul was called on Hain. Quick restart. Here comes Gibson. And the save made by Diaz. And a good play by LSO to screen off Gibson. And those two yapping a bit as LSO thought he got fouled by Gibson, shielding him on the rebound. Max trying to slide through a couple of defenders. Pushed down by Berto Williams. Foul was called. Berto not impressed the way Max was dancing on the ball that time.
Oh, man.
Shoved him down to put it into that. Guilherme Vega with it. Finds.
Well done.
Marceau got it back. Shot. Score! Bennett! Ian's got it. Number 2 tonight. His 25th of the year. And Milwaukee regains the lead at 4-1.
And when you are a goal scorer, you are good in and around the box, both one-timing and recognizing when to take that hesitation touch. This time right here, a little hesitation, pulls it out, turns the defender around, and a volley in. Well done. Most players would have opted to just volley that in first time. Nice little touch right here.
See, and again, they're saying unassisted, but in reality, he had the next touch after the save. We will go to break. 7:51 left to go in the first half. Milwaukee 4, Kansas City 1.
Wisconsin Vision. See more life.
So Milwaukee back on top by 3 after the latest goal by Ian Bennett, his second of the night, 25th of the season. For now, they're saying unassisted, although Guilherme Vega really should get the assist because Neto had to make a good save on that one. You can see the mascots playing a little piñata to warm up for the big mascot game. Brad Beach having a hard time finding the target there. While Roscoe, the Admirals mascot, is holding the piñata. Amazing. And don't forget, fans, Wave will be back in action here at Panther Arena tomorrow night, 5:07 p.m. game time when they host the Harrisburg Heats. Go to MilwaukeeWave.com to order your tickets. MilwaukeeWave.com, your source for everything Wave. And speaking of tickets, Tenzin, it is now less than 4 months till baseball season arrives for the Milwaukee Milkmen, May 26th. And you can order your tickets for the Milkmen. That's MilwaukeeMilkmen.com. I know you're a baseball fan, like to get out once in a while, see some games.
Yeah, and I went to the home opener last year, and it was a great time, great atmosphere. Get out to a Milkman game.
Also, I believe you have a friend by the name of Keston Hero, plays a little baseball in town. Shot, save!
Yes.
And a rebound, follow. Boy, nice turn by Ellis that time, and Diaz with a good save. Yeah, I believe you ran into Keston a few times last year when he first came to town.
Getting the haircut.
Well, he is certainly a great guy to watch out the ballpark. No question about that. All right, Wave on the attack. Moving it right to left. Bradley getting marked by Leo Gibson. Good job by Leo to get it. And then foul going to be called on Bradley. Leo Gibson playing some down low defense that time.
Yeah, which he's been known to do. Maybe they're just trying to shake things up a little bit here.
You know, at one point in his career, actually, for a while, he was a defender playing out of the back, so he definitely has experience playing back there. No question about that. And in fact, right now, looks like he's slotting himself in the back. Turning shot, James, save made, Diaz. And now Luan Oliveira trying to dig it out along with Pereira. Good pinch there by Flores. He'll fire one in that's high. Near side, well done by Marcio to keep it alive for Pereira. Ball pops up, stays in play. Pereira trying to nudge it up for LSO, but Gibson broke it up. Now KC back across the line. There it is, far side, and the shot. And cleared off by Bradley! What a play by Bradley to save a goal. Huffman sweeps that one away.
And that's what you're gonna have to do. Protect your goalie, protect your crease, goal line save right there. But looked like a sure goal led by Leo Gibson there. Well done, Alex Bradley, right place, right time.
Williams back into James. Off the end board, looking back for Kyle Williams. Well defended that time by Marcio. Bradley picks it out, and he'll go up for Ian Bennett. Ian already looking for a first half hat trick. Fires one in, save made by Neto. And Bennett trying to follow it up, but the Comets come out of there with it. Well, pretty good pace so far to tonight's game. Wave leading 4-1. They had a 2-0 lead at the end of one. Comets 7-6, winners of 4 of their last 5. And going 1-1 versus the Wave during that time. Now broken up by Yang, works it with Hain.
Go on.
Matty Yang trying to set up Ian in the middle. Bennett with a little chip. And the save made by Neto. He's a tough guy to chip. Talking about Neto, it stands 6'4". Wave almost able to convert another chance. Wiedebach with it. He'll work across for Matt Yang. Yang, another in a list of long list of Parkside players, former Parkside players that we've had here for the Wave. That's been an excellent program down in the Racine-Kenosha area. Patty White's maybe the most famous Parkside grad to play for the Wave. Oh, great header there off a long ball to Hain. And Neto had to make a good save. Gibson will pop it out of there, looking for Ellis at midfield. They're going to get Chino for a foul.
Yeah, and you know, if you're a young player, you want to have positive shifts. You want to have gone on, connected your passes, maybe created a scoring opportunity, and your team retained possession before you sub out. That's how you build your confidence. So, you know, smart shifts there from Yang.
Matthew already with an assist. We'll see if he can add a Yang bang to that maybe later on. Of course, would be if he could score a goal. And man down for the Comets. Let's see who that is over on the far side there. Comets again. That's Mirko Sandovari. They're a little bit short-handed with the guys recently who left to go for their outdoor activity. So probably cannot afford too many injuries at this point. Hopefully Sandovari is going to be okay. Tell he's not very happy with whatever happened down there. And usually if you get banged up, you usually aren't. But hopefully going to be okay. Looks like he got hit on the right jaw. Wave still leading by 3 with 3:45 left to go here in the first half. Wave would like to thank Miter USA for providing today's match balls. Miter, founded in Huddersfield, England, is among the world's oldest sporting goods brands, starting production in 1817. Miter is a proud partner of the Major Arena Soccer League, providing arena-specific match balls to both the MASL and MASL2. Wave will get a corner kick out of this one as Max gets ready to put it in. Out to Marcio, now going to try and isolate against Kyle Williams. Marcio off the end board, but it got deflected and picked up by Neto. Right down the middle, throwing for Robert Palmer, who I don't think saw it initially, but good read by Diaz to come out, cleared away. There's Giuliano Oliviero, now in his 6th season, head coach of the Wave. He was an assistant for several years before that to Keith Tozer, and had played for Keith for many years before then.
Great read by Diaz there to come out and stop that run by Berto was a great outlet from Neto. As a defender, if you see somebody, you know, making a hard run from their own yellow line, sometimes it's nice to, you know, bump the run there. That time he made it known that he wanted the ball.
Comets working it zone to the right. Now Max Ferdinand picks off that pass. Tied up immediately by Gibson at midfield. The Comets get it back. Ian Bennett chasing for Milwaukee. Here's Berto Williams with a shot that's wide. Ferdinand with it. LSO will drop it back. Marcio now will send it up for Max. Trying to get past Guy Gomes on the far side. Gomes able to just cut him off, but the Wave keeps the possession. LSO tried to play it across. Pass was blocked, but he does get it across. Marcio. Oh, trying to cut over on the dribble. Put down, but no call, and he can't believe it. Vega now pressuring the keeper. Neto ahead for Solario. And we get a foul. I think they're going to get Guillermo Vega for bumping the keeper. Guillermo, as usual, expressing his displeasure over the call. Yeah, maybe a little bit of embellishment there by Neto, but he's learning quickly here in the MASL. Good step up there by LSO. And Luan will turn.
Good decision.
Lays it back for Andre Hain now on the far side to Guillermo Vega. 1.5 minutes left to go here in the first half. Milwaukee with a 4-1 lead. Ferdinand Pereira and Ian Bennett with the goals for Milwaukee. Kyle Williams with the lone goal for Kansas City. That was after the Wave had a 3-0 lead. Marcio up for Andre, tried to chip it across, but LS able to break it up for KC. And now Solario tied up along the board. Wave able to knock it away in the middle. Yang will go back for Rafa Diaz. Back out for Matty Yang. He has some space. Up for Bennett. Ian trying to slalom up to the line and had it taken away there. And he knocks down Rodriguez. Foul is called. 42 seconds left to go in the half. 8-5. Florida over San Diego in Lakeland. 11-5. The blast over the Lancers in Baltimore. Ambush and Heat will be kicking off in about 10 minutes down in St. Louis. Solis hosting the Dallas Sidekicks tonight in Sonora. That's the rest of your MASL scoreboard for now. Tight playoff races in both divisions, especially in the East.
30 seconds of compact defending here, blocking shots, and you go into halftime with a 3-goal lead here. Really important the Wave make smart decisions here.
Marcio clears it into the stands, but it did deflect off the glass. Remember, as long as it hits turf, glass, or boards coming out for your defensive end, you will kick it in from the point it leaves the field. Otherwise, it would be top of the arc. There's Rafa Diaz right there. He's looked good in his return to the lineup here tonight after missing the last game and a half. Off the end board, trickles through, but Leite will get it and clear downfield. Still time for the Comets if they can get it into the zone. Sosa to Ellis. fires it just wide. Rebound as Ellis gets it back. Now they work it down low. Turning shot, Flores is blocked, and that will do it. So the Wave defense able to hold in the final moments of the first half. And a good half for Rafa Diaz and the Milwaukee Wave as they take a 4-1 lead in the halftime. One more time, how about that play by Alex Bradley to clear it off the line and keep the Comets at 1 goal. 4-1 Milwaukee here at halftime. We will stand by for the halftime interview. Van McNeil is going to be talking with Wave coach Giuliano Oliviero. So we will get ready here in a few moments to send it down. Let's send it down to Van McNeil.
Time for our Midwest Orthopedic Specialty Hospital Coach's Corner. Checking in with head coach Giuliano Oliviero. Setting the pace out here early, a nice 4-1 lead. How you feeling?
Feel good about it. I mean, this game's got a lot of playoff implications. They're fighting for their playoff lives, and, you know, as are we. We're trying to position ourselves, and you know what? You want to take care of business in your own building, and fans, we're going to need you in the second half.
I would imagine that's why we've seen the defensive effort, man. You guys are amped up tonight.
You know what? We want to get back to our defensive ways, and that's four goals or less. And right now we're on our way. Kansas City's one of the best offensive teams in the league. They've got Leo Gibson, who's the leading scorer in the league. And Rafa's played great. Our defense has played great, and we got 30 more minutes.
All right, we'll let you get back to locker room. Head coach Giuliano Oliviero, our Midwest Orthopedic Specialty Hospital Coach's Corner. We've got a ton of fun planned for you at halftime here. Let's get to it. We're live from UWD Milwaukee Panther Arena. This is Milwaukee Wave Soccer.
Coming up next on MASL Primetime, 2 league heavyweights squared off south of the border as San Diego and Monterey went toe-to-toe. Rochester was looking for its first win of the season and provided one of the goals of the year. Utica got pushed to the limit by St. Louis, and Harrisburg Heat goalie William Bonahene joins us via Skype to talk about his team's incredible resurgence this season. Get your dancing shoes on. MASL Primetime is coming up next. This is MASL Primetime. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Alex Bastiavansky. You know, it's now been just over 9 months, but if you mention last season's Western Conference Final to San Diego Sockers fans, it's still a pretty tender subject. After putting together a nearly flawless regular season record of 23 wins against just a single loss, the Sockers faced Monterey for the right to advance to the Ron Newman Cup Final, but the Flash happily dashed the hopes and dreams of Sockers fans by upsetting them on the road in San Diego. Now, they had to wait 9 long months, but finally, the Blue and Gold had their first shot at revenge last Monday as the 2 squads squared off south of the border. Highlights in this segment are brought to you by Mitre Soccer. Mitre is the official soccer ball of the MASL. It's safe to say this was the most highly anticipated game of the season so far. Arena Monterrey was jammed, 6,000 on hand to take it all in. And as mentioned, San Diego was looking for revenge, but it's the home side that hits first. Beautiful pass off the boards from Brian Aguilar to Eric Rosas. 1-0. Back come the visitors, though. No style points, but it's the end result that matters. Taylor Bond makes it 1-1. Again, though, the Sockers getting burned by the pass off the boards. Hugo Puentes there to deposit. Second quarter, with Monterey up 3-1, San Diego cuts into their lead. Brandon Escoto to Slava Jupi Paripovic. 3-2. Back and forth they went. Eduardo Gray crushing it past Boris Pardo. Let's skip ahead to the fourth quarter now. Monterey up 7-5. At this point, Eric Tovar with a screamer to make it a 1-goal game. Then with just under a minute left, Luis Ortega's shot gets deflected in. That tied things up, and that set up the dramatic overtime. Eduardo Garay playing the hero for Monterrey. San Diego's revenge will have to wait for another day. The Sockers' Mexican adventure continued in Sonora. Keeper Boris Pardo gets tested early on, but sprawls to make the nice stop. Craig Childs, San Diego's all-time leading scorer, and he had another massive game going right through the legs here of Irving Murillo. Childs just clinical on those free kicks. 1-0. 2 minutes later, it's Luis Ortega smashing it past Alejandro Gallardo. That makes it 2-0 for the Sockers on the beautiful goal. The Solas cut that lead in half, though. Gustavo Rosales to Eric Flores for the finish, and he climbs the glass. Pretty pumped up, as was Mr. Sun himself at the end of the quarter. Second quarter, trailing 3-2. Gustavo Rosales going short side on Pardo, and he does a little glass climbing himself. And then it's Jesus Avendano with one of the goals of the week. Scintillating strike. Pardo just can't catch up to it. Sonora, its first lead, up 4-3. Second half, San Diego would equalize. First, it's Childs on the doorstep, and then with the score 5-5, Eduardo Velez with pretty much the same play right on the goal line. The Sockers would keep control the rest of the way as they dropped Sonora by a 9-6 count to go 1-1 on their Mexican adventure. An East-West matchup, Dallas hosting the red-hot Florida Tropics. And Victor Pereras had a big game for the Tropics, and he gets them on the board. Just 27 seconds in, he smokes the one-timer past Carlos Enriquez, the first of many for FLA. Late in the quarter, Drew Ruggles, the perfect pass to Ricardo Carvalho. Second half, Luca Teixeira leaves Enriquez no chance with the quick strike. 4-0 at that point. And then another beauty, Josh Sandoval. Florida seriously was giving a clinic on how the arena game should be played. They shut out the sidekicks. Pereras talked to Matt Thornton afterwards about his early goal.
This is a good goal. It's good to start early on the scoreboard. I think it gave my teammates a little bit of confidence to go and play the game we were supposed to play. And I'm happy with that.
Okay, let's take a look at your MASL points leaders through 11 weeks of play, and Leo the Legend continues to lead the way with 38 points, followed by Brian Aguilar, Nick Pereira, last year's MVP, Enrique Cañez, Ricardo Carvalho, and Frank Tayu. And welcome back to MASL Primetime. The Harrisburg Heat have been one of the most improved teams in the league this season. After finishing with a sub-500 record last year, Harrisburg had shot out to an 8-4 record through 10 weeks of play, but not everybody was completely sold quite yet on their resurgence. 6 of their 8 victories, after all, had come against the winless Rochester Lancers, while Harrisburg had a chance to shut their detractors up once and for all last weekend if they could take down a strong Tacoma squad that was brimming with confidence, coming off a win against the previously unbeaten Monterey Flash. Tacoma entered the game on a high, but boy, they dug themselves a deep hole in this one. First minute of play, Patrick Thompson gets his head on it to make it 1-0 for the Heat. 5 minutes later, Tavoy Morgan with one of the primetime plays of the week, no doubt about it. Spins off his man, dances past Danny Waltman, killer moves. With the score 2-1, Ty Hall gets chopped down inside the box. Dom Francis will take the penalty, and the Huddersfield Hammer doesn't miss those. Top shelf to make it 3-1. Patrick Thompson played like a man possessed against Tacoma. 3 goals on the day, this being the second as he manages to poke it past Waltman. 4-1 for the Heat. Now, I mentioned Tacoma dug itself a hole. Well, they were down 6-1 when Douglas Lima cuts it to 6-2. And then Nick Pereira gets going, which is always bad news for the opposition. 6-3. Harrisburg was up 7-5 in the second half when Alex Morgan jumps all over the miscue here and pulls the Stars to within a single goal. But every time they got close, Harrisburg would push them away. Ty Hall, the header on the doorstep, to pad their lead a bit more. Late in the fourth now, final minute, Tacoma down by 2 with the 6th man out on the floor. Pereira makes it a 1-goal game, but that's as close as they would get. Harrisburg wins a wild one. Pereira talked afterwards about how he liked how his team fought back, but ultimately it was just a bridge too far on this day.
And the second we started to decide to match the energy they were putting out, I think the tide changed. Unfortunately for us, it took us too long, and it's too big of a hole. And having said that, we ended up only losing by 1, but being down 6-1 is not acceptable.
Okay, Ontario hosting the Sonora Soles. Enrique Cañez, just 5 points right now off the MASL scoring lead, and he continued his dominant ways in this contest. 4 of 5 in. Enrique, sweet moves. He makes it 1-0 for the Soles. Second quarter, Justin Stinson, some fancy footwork of his own as he blows it past Alejandro Gallardo to make it 1-1. Soon after, though, Sonora had the Fury scrambling, and then finally Christian Espinoza pumps it into the back of the cage, 2-1 Soles. And then Manuel Aragon plays the bank shot off the boards across the line. Second half, down by a goal at this point, Frank Taillou just makes it look so easy. Doesn't even break a sweat. That ties it at 3. This went to a shootout with the score 1-1. Efrain Martinez gives Sonora a second tally, and then Gallardo comes up with the massive stop on Frank the Legend. And the next Sonora player missed, but so did Justin Stinson to finish it off. So the Soles win the game 4-3. Afterwards, Fury coach Jimmy Nordberg gave Sonora full props for the win. Utica City hosting the St. Louis Ambush. Christian Segura gets the home side on the board first as he dances past Jonathan Santos and smashes it home. 1-0 UCFC, and they would make it 2. Nate Bordeaux controls and crushes the Blues up 2-0. St. Louis, though, does get one back. JT Thomas right through that wall. 2-1 after 15 minutes. Second quarter, Juros Momic, right place at the right time, actually puts it in off the ambush defender, and then some kisses for the big crowd after. Nearly 4,000 on hand in Utica. Great crowd. The ambush stuck with them, though. Stefan St. Louis squeezing it past Andrew Coughlin. Just a 1-goal game. Third quarter, Paulo Nascimento, so good for the ambush and goal this year, but he would love to have that one back. Ricardo Dieguez punishes the mistake, and that proves to be the game winner, 4-3. The Outlaws hosting Florida and another East-West showdown, 4:42 in. It's Double G. Gordy Gerson tipping it home on the doorstep here, giving the visitors the 1-0 advantage. 10 seconds later, brutal giveaway. Right to Antonio Manfoot, and that's a man's goal. 2-0 FLA. They led 3-0 when Mesquite notched their first. Jorge De Leon. Nice work to get the ball past Hugo Silva, but Florida just too much. Zach Reggett bounces it under the bar to make it 4 goals. Mesquite, to its credit, stays right with the powerful Tropics, but Florida holds on for the 5-3 victory. Okay, let's look at the goalies now and take a look at the goals against leaders in the MASL. Hugo Silva leading the way, followed by Andrew Coughlin, Rafa Diaz, William Venzela, William Banahany, and Boris Pardo. Hey, welcome back to MASL Primetime. One of the most improved teams in the league this year has been the Harrisburg Heat, no doubt about it. They're coming off a huge win last weekend. And here to talk more about the season so far is Harrisburg goalkeeper William Bonahene. William, welcome to the show, my friend.
Hey, thank you for having me, Alex.
Let's talk about your big road trip. You just got back from that West Coast swing and big win over Tacoma on Friday, 11-10 victory for the Heat. And I guess we could say definitely one of the crazier games you've been involved with this year.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's probably the craziest game I've been involved in my early career of the MASL. But, you know, we got out to a good, healthy lead, 6-1. But, you know, a team like Tacoma, you know that they're not going to roll over easily. And, you know, they're going to come and we were up 10-7 and 10-7 at the end, and they got 3 goals with 6 attacker, and it came down right to the wire. But we were able to hold off. So it was a good victory with the travel.
Yeah, great win. And of course, they had a ton of confidence coming off that win against unbeaten Monterey before. So yeah, no question about it. This season, you guys sport a 9-4 record. You've almost matched your entire win total from last year when you had 11. Obviously, things have really been clicking for you guys. Talk about the team's play.
Yeah, I think we're just improving from the beginning of last year. We knew it was going to be a project. You know, we had a very young team, very inexperienced team, and we're just starting to click and get it. We're still improving, and we're starting to actually learn how to play with each other. And because we have the nucleus of the team back from last year, so I think we're just improving and getting better, and exciting to see where we're going to go.
Dominic Francis, the man from Huddersfield, England, leads your team in scoring, and he's actually only 4 off the MASL goal-scoring lead, and he's been part of an incredibly potent offense on the Heat. You guys rank 3rd in team scoring with 99 goals. Talk about that offense and about Dominic's play this year.
Yeah, Dom's been great. I think he's scored in 13 consecutive games, which is absolutely crazy when you think of it, the consistency that he's had. We have a lot of potent players, Cavoy Morgan, defenders, Dylan Hundau, and Ellen, they've all poked some in. So we're getting goals from all over. I think most of our team has at least 1 goal. So we can definitely find goals from all over. But it definitely takes the pressure off the defense when you have such attacking power.
No question about it. Great scoring depth this year. Let's talk about you for a second here. You're a native of Rochester, New York. You played your university soccer at Buffalo State. And just talk about how you first got involved in the arena game. Was it something you played as a kid as well, or are you still fairly new to it?
Well, I mean, in Rochester, if anyone who has not been there, it snows a lot, so you're playing a lot of indoor soccer. So actually, my first game as a goalkeeper was indoor, but I didn't play for a while. I was kind of done going in the professional route, but a mutual friend of Don Francis reached out to me. Don reached out to him, and I came up to preseason, and the rest was history. But I love the game. It's an exciting game. If you are a fan of fast-paced soccer, outdoor soccer, a little too slow, it's definitely that little flick that makes it.
And of course, in the 11v11 game, you can go long stretches where the goalie doesn't even touch the ball, of course, and that is not the case in arena soccer. You see tons of action. Let's talk about it. You talked about scoring depth and getting goals from everyone, and that includes you, sir. As 3 weeks ago against Aurora,
So we are just about set to start the 3rd period of action here from Panther Arena. Tom went along with former Wave team captain Tenza Rampa. And also like to say hi to former assistant general manager of the Milwaukee Wave, Brian Moose Cook, dropping by to visit us here. See the Moose, he's looking pretty good, Tenza, like he can still go out there and stand between the pipes there.
Looking sharp.
Looking sharp as always. Great to see the Moose. Also saw Wave legend Hayden Knights drop by, chat with us at halftime. So They are coming out of the woodwork here for tonight's contest between the Wave and the Comets. Comets with it. They go right to left as we look at the action here in the third period. 2-0 Milwaukee at the end of one, 4-1 at halftime. We'll see how the second half unfolds here. Foul is going to be called on Kansas City. Marcia was turning around like he was getting ready to defend a free kick, but I think he was just telling the official, Kyle Trimble, what he thought transpired.
Yeah, I think he was demonstrating his angle of defense there. I like what we see early on in the second half here from the Wave. You know, body language tells a lot, and coming out of the locker room, Wave looked like they got a little pep in the step. Coach Olivio said right before the half they'd like to get back to their defensive ways. So with a 4-1 lead, no doubt about it, it'll be important that they you know, are very quick to get high and in the face of these Kansas City players.
Marcio Leite called for the foul there. Next goal, to say the least, could be big either way. KC gets it, they get some momentum, and they're right back in this thing. If Milwaukee scores, then they could push it up to a 4-goal advantage. And not that this game would be over by any means, but that would be a pretty tough margin for the Comets to come back from. Turning shot, Sandavari, good save there. Max got wiped out on the rebound, and the foul is called. And Sandavari unapologetically wiping out Max Ferdinand. There's a look at Mirko. Well, Mirko wasn't
that could have been bad.
He wasn't too happy in the first half when he took one to the jaw along the far wall. So he's probably still not in the best of moods. Here's Max. He has one of the 4 goals for the Wave tonight. Able to fend off Sandavari initially, and then Sandavari, and he's going to go to the box. He was just begging for a card, it seemed like, Tenzin, after that last sequence where he had taken the legs out from Max.
Yeah, some things you can just see coming, and Max, one of the best in the league at gaining possession, shielding the ball, and that time the frustration showed a little bit there. Could see that one coming a mile away.
First penalty of the contest, and you can see Mirko Sandavari is a very unhappy young man over in that penalty box. So it's a yellow card at 1:55 of the third period. Will not result in a power play for the Wave, but Sandavari will have to sit it out for 5 minutes. First card issued to either team so far tonight. Sandavari, the 28-year-old, originally from Santiago, Chile, played his college ball at Park University, which was also the alma mater of 5 other teammates on the Comets. So the Park Pirates have really supplied some players. There's a foul there as Guilherme Vega got grabbed from behind by Guy Gomes.
Yeah, you know, and I understand that, you know, officials letting us play, but that right there, a clear opportunity to get a numbers up situation the other way. Probably a blue in my book.
Bradley, LSO fires a shot. It's blocked. Good job by Nacho Flores to hold his ground and block the shots. Had a few whistles here to start the second half. Shot a goal! Stuart Gretel finds the back of the net.
What a finish, but it is all about the assist in this one. Nice little outside of the foot curling pass into the stride of Stuart Grable. Vega, which he should have had an assist off of Ian's ball off the boards, is credited with one of the nicer assists we've seen this season.
Boy, beautiful ball on, as you said, on the pass, and great strike by Grable. That was practically a postage stamp he put right there. Time of the goal at 2:47 the former Nina Rockets and Green Bay Phoenix star, Stuart Grable. Able to convert there. And so Milwaukee now with a 5-1 lead. Big goal for the Wave to start the second half. Huffman will nudge it up for Andre Hain. Ball played to the middle. Here's Matthew Yang. Yang plays it up ahead. Pereira with a shot just wide. Rebound, follow Hain. Ball comes back, Pereira! Oh, and he just couldn't put it in the short side. Wave still whacking away here.
Just when you thought the play was broken, 3 times it found the intended receiver. Well done!
That is a goal by Pereira! Andre Hain will get an assist as they call it a continuous play. It's 6-1 Milwaukee. And welcome back, Andre Hain. One more time in the Wisconsin Vision replay. 3:29 the time of the goal. Isaac has his second of the night, his 5th of the year. And Andre Hain getting his first goal this season. So back-to-back goals by the Wave, 42 seconds apart. And Milwaukee now up to a commanding 6-1 lead. I'll tell you, that haircut has done wonders for Isaac's scoring ability. Definitely making him look a little sleeker out there, I will say that. Rafa Diaz will gather that one in. Again, still long way to go in this contest, but the Wave is rolling. Bennett looking for the hat trick. And a nice kick save that time by Neto. He's got those long legs on that 6'4" frame and covers a lot of space. Now Kyle Williams trying to get around Diaz. Could not initially. Gibson has it. He fires one.
Williams there opting to take a touch when he probably had, Rafa a little bit late to that near post. Could have shot it first time.
Gibson reached up but couldn't quite get that one. Banged in off the wall. Out it comes. Flores fires one in, and Ian Bennett making the block. Coming back out. Oh, nice move there. Flores with a shot. Boy, a beautiful piece of skill to volley over the defender and then take the shot. Unfortunately for him, he missed it. Comets still keeping the pressure on here. And you can tell it's getting to be urgent time for KC in this one.
Yep, this is where you weather the storm if you're the Milwaukee Wave defensive 5 unit right out there. Every block, every missed opportunity is a chance to rev up your defensive efforts here.
Comets with their most extended possession so far tonight. James and Robert Palmer trying to work the 1-2. Now Gibson to Palmer, tried to go backdoor for James, cut off. And the Wave is still trying to hold the line. Shot saved, Diaz! Rafa again in the middle. But Milwaukee unable to clear. Now Rodriguez lays it off far side. Sosa with all day to shoot, but he puts it off the frame. Gibson sends it back in. Chino volleys up in the air. Foul called against Milwaukee. That was almost like a drill, like an offensive half-field drill. See how long you can keep the ball and keep firing shots in. Oh, that was, Marcio did get a shoulder on that attempt by Sosa.
Now this unit's been on for, a long shift here. Look for a quick change out the opposite gate for the Wave to maybe spring an attack.
Sosa fires one in, save made by Diaz. Boy, Rafa continuing to come up with some big saves in there. Comets still with it. And now, Wave finally able to get it out. Chino coming up the near wall. And at least he got it out to midfield. And that one just climbing up above the dasher board.
And you're going to see 4 players run off the field there. Hey, what they did, no goal in the back of your net, did your job.
Outstanding. That had to be close to 2 minutes, it seemed like, Tenzin, they were out there.
I think maybe longer.
In the middle, Vandergriff able to get a piece. And a foul going to be called against the Comets. And Kevin Ellis not exactly agreeing with the call by the official Kyle Trimble. Appealing to a higher authority, but not going to change the call. Wave going left to right. Vandergriff with a shot and a save made by Neto. Those long legs are everywhere out there.
Nice ball from Bradley there, splitting the double.
Now they move it ahead. Stokic trying to get through a couple of defenders, and just enough contact to go to the turf and take a foul. LSO or Marcio, I'm not sure exactly who that was drawing the foul.
Yes.
It is LSO with the call, his first foul. Wave has taken a few fouls here in the first half of the third period. Kansas City has done likewise. Wave has the only 2 goals thus far in this third quarter. Stuart Grable at 2:47 in the third, and then Isaac Pereira, his second of the night, at 3:29. Grable, by the way, getting his second goal of the season on the assist from Guilherme Vega. Vega getting his second helper of the year. He's got 5 points overall, shot and a goal.
A little old school target play with Sosa and Gibson there. Good weight on his layoff there from Sosa, and Sosa puts it in the far corner.
So that breaks the 3-goal run for Milwaukee. Time of the goal at 7:30, exactly midway through the third quarter. Will keep it here for now. We will take a break. Milwaukee 6, Kansas City 2. This is Wave Soccer and MASL TV. All right, we're back. Kansas City with a goal from Johnny Sosa, his 5th of the year. Leo Gibson, the league's leading scorer, now the league's leading playmaker as well. Second assist of the night, 21 on the season. He's got a total of 43 points to lead the league. And big goal for KC, Tenzin, because they were maybe on the verge of falling out of this thing. But still very much alive now.
Yeah, and you see Leo there, how he can be effective as a target, as a defender. You know, so important to this team. And a 4-goal difference, huge difference in a 5-goal difference here. 4 goals can be eclipsed very quickly. So we're still in for a game here.
Reminder, you're watching the Wave Comets on MASL TV. Catch every game each week on the league's official streaming home, MASL.tv. And MASL Primetime is a new home for the best highlights, interviews, and action from the MASL each week. Catch the latest episode each Friday as Alex Bashchavansky hosts this 30-minute deep dive into the MASL. Make sure to catch every episode, MASL Primetime. Alex does a great job on that show. That is excellent show for MASL fans and maybe some fans who aren't familiar with the MASL. Check out some of the action. Gibson trying to get through. Matthew Yang cut it off. Matty getting some pressure as he comes near side. And a good job by Rodriguez to get it back. Now lays it off. Shot Gibson just wide. And drew the foul. They are pointing to the spot. No, top of the arc. Check it out one more time. Now they got Vega for dumping whoever was trying to come in for the rebound there. Top of the arc restart. Good chance for the Comets. Sosa will step over. Gibson lays it off far side. And the weak shot bounces wide. Gibson with a follow-up, just missing. Boy, that guy could just take seemingly innocuous chances and turn them into something. Really amazing.
It's remarkable the angles he's able to find inside our yellow there.
Ooh, good hustle by Stewart Grable to pressure the keeper, and then he went down, and you can tell Stewart is in some pain. Hurt his left knee or left ankle as they quickly tend to him. Boy, Stewart, who's been flying around tonight, especially here in the second half. Check it out one more time. Now he's pressuring Neto, and looks like a right ankle perhaps.
Maybe playing it funny.
And he's coming off, and boy, that's too bad. Stewart having an outstanding game tonight. Not only does he have a goal, but again, has been all over the place on both ends. Stalwart player for the Wave. Now in his 5th year with Milwaukee. That was his 11th goal all time he scored. Make that 12th goal all time that he scored earlier tonight in 83 career regular season games.
Yeah, mostly known for his work ethic, but now he's adding points to his game. That's the next level here.
Comets will send it up and over. Still got a ways to go here. 6:05 left to go in the 3rd period. Andre Hain coming off the inactive list to play tonight. Again, Andre was battling visa issues to start the year, just like Robert Renaud has, and Robert still trying to see if he can get cleared to play this year. It was really unfortunate for Robert, the 4th year forward out of Laval, Quebec, who had been such a major impact player for the Wave his first 3 seasons. Even with missing a half a season with an ACL a couple of years ago. Foul called as Gibson went down, and that time Andre Hain throwing down the KC player coach.
Yeah, and you know, luckily for us, guys like Andre, they're still here training and getting their reps. You know, they may not have game fitness, but they're playing. Robert recently with the Canadian futsal national team in Costa Rica, and Andre just been in Milwaukee training with the guys.
Rodriguez with a shot, save made by Diaz. And Marcio comes away with it, trying to play it up ahead for Chino, pass too far. Now back for Neto. And able to get it back out to Sosa at midfield. Johnny Sosa has been with the Kansas City Comets his entire indoor career, with the exception of one season a couple years ago in San Diego, 2017-18. And apparently didn't like the warm weather and beaches in San Diego, so he immediately went back to Kansas City. Shot fired high. Gibson trying to get it back and drags down Isaac Pereira. The foul is called. That's Leo Gibson's first foul of the half. Check it out again. Ellis. Pass deflected away by Huffman. Comets again doing a good job to control possession here in the second half. A lot of whistles as well, both ways, which is really limiting the flow of this game. First half more free flowing and definitely worked to the advantage of the Wave, but the whistles, I think perhaps helping KC here a bit in the second half. A lot of restarts.
Still no power plays.
So that is a key. Neither team has had a power play so far here tonight. both teams are very good on the power play if given the opportunity. Wave is at 55.2%. The Comets at 55.6%. Now Max trying to get out of there with it, but again, the Comets able to settle the possession. Kansas City on their way to Wichita tomorrow for an exhibition game, an in-season exhibition game against the Wichita Wings from M2. 5 o'clock game time down in Wichita. And then they'll resume regular season action next Sunday, hosting St. Louis at the Silverstein Eye Centers Arena in Independence. That's a 3:05 kickoff on Sunday, February 16th. LSO got wiped out as Drew Wiedebach missed a wide open net there, but let's see how LSO is. Holding his left ankle. Hope he's okay there. Boy, that looked a little nasty. Let's check the replay right here. So Sandovari with it. Pass deflected on a great play by Wiedebach, and then Neto just chopping down LSO. It will be a PK, penalty kick coming from Milwaukee. Let's see who gets the honors. It looks like Max. Well,
yeah, you know, the key there was Wiedebach reading that diagonal ball look from Sandovari. Just put a foot out and was able to get a piece on it. Luan quick on the jump.
Well, Drew still can't believe he probably missed that follow-up chip because he would have got the goal. Now it's up to Max Ferdinand in the PK. Max already with 1 goal tonight, looking for his 10th of the season if he can convert here. Neto covering a lot of space in front of that net. So let's see what Max does. If the Wave does not convert on the PK, then they would then be on the power play for the next 2 minutes. Sign of the call at 11:37. Sandovari, or rather Neto, the goalkeeper, penalized, but obviously he doesn't have to serve it. Looks like Leo Gibson is in the box for him. Max with a shot to goal! Expertly done by Max as he looked right and fired left inside the post. Power play goal for Milwaukee and the PK by Ferdinand. And Milwaukee leads at 7-2. Talk about a no-look shot. That was superb. Second of the night, 10th of the year for Ferdinand. It comes at 11:39 of the third period. So, short visit to the box for Leo Gibson, who's serving the penalty for the keeper.
Yeah, difference between an outdoor PK and an indoor PK right there. You almost have to opt to shoot for pace there. Well done, Max.
Max, second leading scorer for Milwaukee this year. 10 goals, 17 assists, 27 points. Long pitch out, Ian Bennett. Ian, the leading scorer with 28. 25 goals, 3 assists, including 2 goals tonight. So the IMAX tandem has definitely come to the forefront tonight with a couple of big screen features. Past the middle, broken up. Here comes Ian. Waiting for some support. He'll play it off to Marcio. Marcio juking between a couple of defenders. Dropped on the play. Nacho Flores, I believe, is good call for the foul. So that does count for a power play goal for the Wave on the PK by Ferdinand. Now 17 for 30 on the year. Comets have given up 12 power play goals in 22 times shorthanded. LSL ready for the free kick. He'll go front and center to Vega. Bennett fires a shot just wide. Ian teeing one up from the line. Just missing a bit right. Vega loses it there. And the Comets trying to move it upfield, but a good defensive play by Pereira to block it off the foot of Johnny Sosa. Johnny Sosa, originally from Medellin, Colombia, played his college ball at UMKC. That's how he initially got to Kansas City. And I would have to say that he's enjoyed his time there. Like I said, he came back from San Diego a couple of years ago to go back to Kansas City. LSO eventually gets this one. I believe a foul behind the play. Leo Gibson got called for the foul. There you see Leo, the player coach of the Comets. As you mentioned, Tenson, Leo, longtime player in this league. 12 years of arena soccer, but first time as a head coach, and that in itself has got to be presenting some unique challenges this year.
Yeah, and I'm always astounded at, players that can take on that role, because there are so many situational moments throughout the course of the game. Unless you have a really good assistant coach that's on the same page as you, you could maybe make it work. I think KC's doing a pretty good job. That that win in Harrisburg was a great win for them. But again, very difficult to do all that.
Nick Pereira, of course, another one of your former teammates, now with Tacoma, became the player coach there last year. And I guess as we've seen with both Pereira and now Gibson, it really hasn't affected their offensive productivity.
No, it hasn't.
That's for sure. Nick was the leading scorer and MVP last year, and Leo Gibson is the leading scorer and potential MVP this year. As you see, Chad Vandergriff and was that Solario?
No, and to your point, I mean, Leo and Nick, these guys know the game, right? So if there is going to be a coach, those are great options, great teachers of the game. So.
Foul going to be called on Nacho Flores, and Nacho not very happy as he goes off. That is his second personal in this half. Again, this third quarter, all the whistles we've had is taking almost as long as the first half did. Especially after the first couple of minutes when the Wave came out flying with a couple of goals, and since that time it has definitely slowed down. Now Williams coming top of the area, and good collapse defensively by the Wave as Max gets it. Max, Chino, Bradley. Alex still looking downfield. Can't get a clear lane to pass, so he'll dribble to the near side. Diaz comes out to clear. Ball pops free in the middle, and the shot is high! Oh, Johnny Sosa! Empty net, couldn't convert. Still 15 seconds. Bradley's pass, broken up by Robert Palmer. Still time for the Comets.
Both teams caught a little disorganized here.
James coming forward. Good stop there by Marcio. He'll dump it long. That will do it for the third period. So a flurry of activity at the end, but neither team able to put anything more on the board at the end of the third. Wave ends up scoring 3 of the 4 goals in the third period. As we go to the fourth, it's Milwaukee 7, Kansas City 2. This is Wave Soccer on MASL TV.
A small box that opens wide a large window of opportunities. Your smartphone. You can still use it to make calls, yes, but it is also your connection with a long-lost friend. Or the latest news. It's your means of entertainment, your in-house grocery store. And now, it even becomes your bank. Yes, your bank. Introducing Waterstone Bank's mobile banking with mobile check deposit. With it, experience banking all through the day, all through the night, at all places, on all kinds of devices. All at your fingertips. Not only can you access your account anywhere, you can even use your mobile phone to deposit checks remotely. Just take a picture of the front and back of your endorsed check with your iPad, iPhone, or Android and get set to deposit it without going anywhere. It couldn't be simpler or more convenient. And the best part? It's completely free. Waterstone Bank's mobile banking with mobile check deposit. Download the app today.
Wisconsin Vision. See more life.
We are Dental Associates, a passionate team dedicated to providing care for your entire family. From a simple cleaning to braces, Invisalign, wisdom teeth removal, dentures, and dental implants, we conveniently do it all. Best of all, we're a family-owned business headquartered in Milwaukee.
Our team members are Wisconsin families like yours, with a mission to improve lives beyond dentistry.
Contact us today to schedule your next appointment.
Hupy and Abraham has been voted best by the public year after year. Now, top media outlets have rated them best personal injury law firm.
You only have one opportunity to call the best.
Hupy and Abraham.
I got almost $4 million. 800,000.
If you've been injured in an accident, tell them you mean business. Call Hupy and Abraham, 800-800-5678, and get their win or it's free guarantee.
Van McNeil leading the charge down on the field right now as we get set to start the fourth quarter here in Milwaukee. The Wave leading the Kansas City Comets 7-2. Tom went along with former Wave captain Tenzin Rampa bringing you the action here. You know, the MASL and MITRE share a long-term vision to see arena soccer grow in North America. MITRE's Astro Division ball is the official game ball for MASL league play. MITRE's Astro Division is designed specifically for play on artificial surfaces. It features a more accurate flight than the average ball and has a 30% reduced bounce to play more efficiently in arena soccer. Also, you can get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams. Make sure you're following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and MASL Arena on Twitter. All right, we go to the fourth. Tenzin Wave with a 5-goal lead. What do they need to make sure they come out of this with a victory?
Well, the stat that sticks out in my mind, Tom, is the number 2. 2 goals against through 3 quarters, which is a great stat if you are the Milwaukee Wave right now. That is a very stingy defense. As you prep for the playoffs, that is the type of defense you're going to have to see. And Coach Livier at the half had said 4 goals or less, and we got the job done. So, you know, that is your rallying cry going into the fourth quarter.
Rafa Diaz returning to the starting lineup tonight. His look superb, Tenzin, just like we saw the first 6 games of the year when he was undoubtedly the MASL goalkeeper of the year for that first quarter of the season. And then after a few injuries and a couple of tough games, he's bounced back here tonight. Andre Hain drawing the foul there, coming back to the lineup. That was Hector Solario. Solario, native of Aguas Calientes, Mexico, played his college ball at Niagara, up near Buffalo in New York. And it comes, shot a goal!
Yeah, and the wall was not set right there for KC. Not sure what they were doing there. Wall too tight to the board there. Neto playing on the outside of the wall, leaving a gaping hole there for Luan. That was too easy.
Off the restart, LSO has a goal at 16 seconds of the fourth period. And Milwaukee now out to their biggest lead of the night at 8-2. Good way for the Wave to start the fourth period. Marcio with the assist, his 13th of the year. Goal number 16 on the year for Luan Salas Oliveira, who now has 21 points, including 5 assists. And Leite with 13th assist on the season. Marcio with a total of 15 points. First restart goal for either team tonight. And a good way for the Wave to start the fourth period to keep the momentum on their side. You know, we talked about Tenzin, some of the guys missing from the Comets lineup, and another one who unfortunately suffered a bad injury the other night in the game against Harrisburg was Robert Kelly. As Kyle Williams comes back to score for KC, so they quickly quench the Waves' momentum. It's now 8-3 as Williams scores at 47 seconds. But yeah, we want to wish Robert all the best. Suffered a kind of a nasty leg injury the other night in a collision with Patrick Thompson from the Heat. And so it sounds like he's going to be out for the rest of the season, but we certainly want to wish him the best.
Yes.
Part of the Kelly soccer family from the Kansas City area, which also featured his older brother Patrick, who you can recall playing against with Cedar Rapids, former Marquette star. So
speedy recovery to him. Yeah, I saw that injury. That, you know, it looked ugly from the beginning, and you know, he'll come back stronger.
So let's see if the Wave can regain the momentum after the goal by Kyle Williams. 47 seconds into the fourth period, just 31 seconds after Luan Oliveira had tallied for Milwaukee. Kyle Williams with his 8th goal of the year also has, he had scored a goal earlier tonight, that's his 9th. So Kyle gets his 2nd of the nights. 9 goals on the season, 5 assists for a total of 14 points. Give up here. Milwaukee could have a chance as Bradley comes forward. Alex lays it off. And Huffman trying to center to the middle. Couldn't make the connection. Good hustle back by the Comets after the giveaway by the goalkeeper, Nicolo Neto.
Again, we want to see a complete game here from the Milwaukee Wave on the defensive side of the ball. That's what a good championship team is going to do. Create good habits going into the latter part of the season here. So, you know, no turning in the wall, you know, making sure that you're, you know, bodying in the box, you know, all these things are going to be signs to a team that's going to win a championship.
Bradley gets tied up that time by Robert Palmer. Berto not addicted to love that time as he tried to hold down Alex Bradley. So the Wave trying to see if they can work the clock here, this 5-goal lead. Again, Milwaukee has another game right here tomorrow as Rafa puts it up in the VIP section below between the two benches. So that would be nice, Tenzin, if they could, you know, try to have a stress-free remaining time of this game at 12:25 to go. But probably too early to be forecasting that yet. But they will be right back here at 10th Arena to host the Harrisburg Heat tomorrow afternoon. Oh, shot by Sandavari just off the frame. Needed another couple more millimeters of dip. He would have had one.
Yeah, absolutely, Tom. You want to carry some momentum into tomorrow's match as well. So important that you finish off this last 12 minutes unscathed, number one, but also making sure we're doing all the right things defensively and offensively when we have it. Keep the ball a little bit, maybe save some legs.
Good defense that time by Drew Wittebach as he blocked the shot by Gibson as he was turning from the side of the box. And it comes James with a shot wide. Rebound. Gibson fires wide. James again. Blocked by LSO. Rebound. Follow. And the shot out high. But Sandavari is blocked. Well, look at this hustle from Andre Hain. LSO sliding out of midfield, but the Comets come away with it. James. And a good play there by Marcio to deflect away. Out for Bennett. One against the keeper. Ian coming in. Shot and goal! Another hat trick from Bennett, and Milwaukee leads it 9-3.
You know, I'll have to ask Marcio if he was looking for Ian on that outlet, but regardless, it was the perfect weighted pass, just enough to keep the keeper in no man's land.
And another clinical finish by Ian Bennett as he posts another hat trick with his league-leading 26th goal of the season. Great ball out of the back by Marcio. Picks up his 2nd assist and 14th of the year. You know, Ian Bennett is a nightmare for all teams in the MASL, Tenzin, but I got to believe with the Kansas City Comets, it just morphs into a bad dream that really just never ends for those guys.
Yeah, playing with Ian for, the better part of a decade, one thing I know about him is he's hungry. He's hungry to score every game. It doesn't matter if you're up by 10 or you're playing in Tulsa or if you are tied against Baltimore in the championship. He's always looking for the net. When that happens, he scored a lot of goals.
Yeah, I'll tell you. Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Damian Lillard, none of those guys got anything as far as Ian Bennett cranking up volume of shots in an attempt to score more.
James Harden, the beard.
But like you said, if you want to be a big-time scorer, you gotta love shooting. You gotta stay aggressive. Gibson drives one off the frame. Max chipping it out. Williams will head it back in. Palmer, I should say. Again, Robert Palmer, the only one of the two Palmers, including Ramon Palmer, who's been eligible to play this year. Ramon, similar to Andre Hain and Robert Renault, has had to sit out due to immigration situation. And that has been a tough loss for the Comets. I mean, when you think of it, the Comets, for the number of injuries and now outdoor guys who left the team, they've done well to persevere to stay a game above 500 here.
Yeah. We know it's a game of injuries, so you're going to have to.
They will be in Wichita tomorrow for the exhibition game against the Wings. That should be an interesting contest. I'm sure the players, the Comets, are probably wishing they could have scheduled that for perhaps for another time. However, that's no doubt that's going to be a big game for the fans in Wichita, and we may very well see the Wichita Wings back here at the MASL level. They're in M2 right now. Of course, the Wings and Comets used to be rivals for many years in arena soccer. Back in the days the Wings were around. Great rivalry down there. Rekindled tomorrow in an exhibition match. Chino trying to bang it out of there. Gibson got a toe on it to knock it away from Isaac Pereira. And then Isaac getting called for the foul. Quick shot off the restart, just wide. Again, Comets putting shots on like they're at a shooting gallery here for the last minute or so. They've had a couple of those spurts here today. Palmer fires wide up the far side. But the big difference is here, the Comets are only traveling for an exhibition game. They can lay it all out here as much as they need to the rest of the way. The Wave still has a real game to get ready for following this one tomorrow when they host Harrisburg here at 5 o'clock. Sosa straight away, holding out against Chino. Now Kevin Ellis. Wave has done a good job to keep the wraps on Kevin Ellis here so far tonight. Gibson.
That's good stand-up defense there for Marcio.
And good help there by Isaac to clear it down. They go for a change. Comets still coming with it. Andre banging it off the wall to clear it out of there. See if we can give you some of the updated scores here. Speaking of the Harrisburg Heats, taking on the St. Louis Ambush in St. Louis tonight. 4-3, Ambush leading. Game right at halftime, I believe. See if we can get a further update on that. But a good one going there tonight for the fans of St. Louis. St. Louis certainly still very much in it in the playoff race. Just a game below 500 at 7-8, but Tony Wall's going to be taking off for outdoor activity 10s, and that's going to be a big loss to the Ambush. No question about it.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I think Tony's had a great season already with St. Louis. We wish him well, but big loss for St. Louis for sure.
Ambush is not going to easily replace a guy like that coming down the stretch. So Lucas Rodriguez has donned the jersey as the Comets decide it's time to go with the extra attacker. Quick restart after the foul against Chino. Wave trying to get it out of there. And Ian Bennett chips it out and it bounced out of play, but at least it did bounce. So Comets will have to kick it in out at midfield. 6:40 left to go, and I believe we are going to have a media timeout. So we will take a break. Wave leading 9-3. This is Wave Soccer on MASL TV. B.
C.
He said C. Is that correct? It is! Congratulations! You just won ticket page next to your attendance, man. Back to you.
Thank you, Doreen. Let's take a look around UW in the Milwaukee Panther Arena. And when I say look, I mean a very big thank you to our friends at Wisconsin Vision presenting partners for today's game. Very nice glasses, sir.
Yo quiero ser, hay nada más, te quedaré, un nuevo amor, tanto mejor, oh sí, my way. No lie, no lie, no lie, no lie, no lie, no lie. Yo quiero ser, hay nada más, te quedaré, un nuevo amor, tanto mejor, oh sí, my way. No lie, no lie, no lie, no lie, no lie, no lie.
6:40 to go here in the fourth quarter. And the Milwaukee Wave leading the Kansas City Comets 9-3. Comets with the extra attacker on as they try to cut into this 6-goal deficit. Max Ferdinand chipping out where Leo Gibson will collect at midfield and give it to the 6th attacker, Lucas Rodriguez. Nicolo Neto getting the start net tonight for the Comets. Was not nearly as imposing against the Wave as he had been in his previous 2 outings. But then again, the Wave had put up 8 and 7 goals respectively against them in the other 2 games. Marcio! 10-3 Milwaukee.
Nice little English on that one from Marcio there, curling that one in, nothing but net. Good technique.
Pulled out the 7-iron that time and just curled it in there. Check this out. Can't do it any better than that. Back netting. Marcio with his 3rd of the year, his 3rd point of the night on that 115-foot bomb at 9:05 of the 4th period. Wave outscoring the Comets 3-1 thus far here in the 4th. Marcio, as we mentioned, picked up his 200th assist recently with the Wave. Adds a couple of assists tonight. And now he gets that goal.
Great opportunity right now to get a better understanding of what your 6th attacker defense could look like with a nice little cushion here. All right, you can try out a few things.
Header turned away by Diaz. Correction, Matty Isold in the game now. So Matty Ice called on here for the final minutes. Gibson with a drive that's wide. And, you know, that's a good point, Tenzin, because if there's one team the Wave has traditionally had a tough time defending the 6th attack, it is the Kansas City Comets.
They've been good, and they still have a lot of their weapons. But right now, the Wave is going to want to identify which 5 players they can rely on going into the playoffs here.
Ian looking for number 4, but he's going to go just wide left. And again, Matty Isold getting some minutes here. Rafa Diaz with an excellent effort tonight, and he'll rest up for tomorrow's game. 5 o'clock tomorrow night here against the Harrisburg Heat. Another big game for Milwaukee, battling another one of the playoff contenders in the Eastern Conference. Go to MilwaukeeWave.com to order your tickets. That's MilwaukeeWave.com, your source for everything Wave. LSO pushes it up near side. Rodriguez will cut it off from Pereira. Hain wins the battle. Chino now loses it at the line. And the Comets still with it. We've still got more than 4 minutes to go in this contest. Chino blocks the pass. He'll chip it up ahead. Now Pereira, 2-on-1 with Hain to his right. Isaac puts it off the board. Andre Hain, shot to go. And Andres got his first goal of the season, 11-3 Milwaukee. Time of the goal at 11:03. Well, you know, Andre, who had an assist earlier tonight, has got to feel great about getting his first goal of the year. Well done by Isaac as he plays it right off the end board behind Rodriguez, the sixth attacker, to set up Andre Hain for the conversion.
Yeah, well done for Andre. Well done by Isaac as well. You know, for Andre, it's about getting back into the playing rhythm. And, you know, if it means scoring a sliding six-attacker goal, that's what it means. So good to have him back.
Isaac gets his fourth assist of the year. 2 goals earlier tonight, so he's got total of 9 points on the season with 5 goals, 4 assists. Isold comes out of there with it. Matty gonna fire one down. Well, Matty Isold showing off the arm there a bit as he was looking for an empty net goal, but Rodriguez got back there to defend. So the Wave is going to clinch the season series against the Comets, which is big. The teams have one more meeting against each other. That will be on Friday, February 21st, down in KC, down at the Silverstein Eye Centers Arena in Independence. Here comes Ian. He wants more. You know that. Drives it high and wide as Robert Palmer gave him a little love tap from behind. The Comets aren't exactly going to be excited about the Wave pressing up for more goals with an 8-goal lead. Storied rivalry between these teams.
Yeah, there's no...
They have met in 8 of the last 9 postseasons, including last year when the Wave beat them 2-0 in the quarterfinals, the Eastern Division semifinals.
You know, the stat I'm looking at is still the number 3 up there. You know, if they can hold them to 3 goals, that will be an impressive feat here.
Isold throwing out, Hain with a little tap. Here comes Isaac. Fires one wide of the mark. And Milwaukee is still out there hunting, doing some goal hunting, as Art Kramer likes to say. Kevin Ellis, who has 9 goals this year for the Comets, but still looking for one tonight. And there is a shot and a goal. Gibson has his first goal of the night. It's 11-4. So the league's leading scorer, who had a couple of assists earlier, picks up a goal, his 23rd. Time the goal at 12:53. One more time. A good solid strike there along the ground. Matty Isold not quite able to kick that one away. Score is now 11-4 in favor of the Wave. Goal number 23 on the year for Leo Gibson. Ooh, Matty Isold with a giveaway there, and it turns out to be a goal for Kevin Ellis. Sosa will get the assist. Matty would definitely like to have that touchback for sure. 11-5 after the goal by Kevin Ellis. His first of the night, 10th of the year at 13:06. Kevin Ellis, 10 goals, still does not have an assist this year. Sosa got credit for that assist as he gets his 7th of the year. 2 points tonight now for Sosa with a goal and an assist. Marcio will play it ahead. Max back for Marcio. To Max in front and lays it off. Bennett, IMAX tandem. Put it on the board. 12-5 Milwaukee. Number 4 on the night for Ian Bennett. 27 now to lead the league. This one comes at 13-20 against the Comets' 6th attacker, Lucas Rodriguez. And Max, who just loves racking up the assists. But at any rate, Wave now with a 7-goal advantage at 12-5. So, after a 2-goal spurt by the Comets to make the score look a little better, Milwaukee comes back with a goal of their own. Kyle Williams with a shot, full volley, just a bit high. And Isol, good job to come off the line and grab that one. Bumped on the play by Ellis, but they play on. Matty Isol, the
well done
31-year-old veteran out of Burlington, Wisconsin. As we like to say, the second most famous professional athlete to come out of Burlington, aside from Tony Romo.
You know, one area of the game that I know Matty Isol's been working on is breaking the pressure with his feet with 2 defenders, one to the right, one to the left with the oncoming pressure. That time, opting the right decision to play it right down the middle. So these things take time to learn, but he's doing a good job.
Long drive by Sosa up and away. Comets are going to fall to 7-7, 1-6 on the road. Wave is going to go to 9-3, 4-2 at home. And so not only Milwaukee win the season series, but pretty much clinch the goal differential as well with the big win tonight. Which, again, could be a factor depending on teams get tied for spots. But Max holding it away from as Lucas finally goes for it, and that's it. No reason for extracurriculars here. Big win for the Wave. Andre Hain fired up with his return tonight. Johnny Sosa not as much about Andre's return, but looks like he'll be able to shake hands otherwise with everybody else. 12-5, big win for the Wave. Tenzin, your quick assessment of this game.
Well, they were sharp after the 2-week break, and what we thought going on, and Tom, you and I said it, that the Wave was having slow starts in home games. Tonight they righted that ship and got on them early, and when you get a lead, a 3-0 lead, very difficult to come back from that, and they were able to sustain that lead, which was very important. So, you know, I thought it was a pretty complete game. You know, a few silly ones at the end, but overall, much better from the Wave tonight.
And so we'll get ready to host the Harrisburg Heat tomorrow night. Speaking of the Heats, they are in St. Louis battling the ambush. And see if we got an updated score there. 5-3 ambush as they are just about getting ready to start the second half down there. Second half probably already underway. Earlier finals tonight in Florida, the Tropics beat the San Diego Sockers 8-5. Florida improving to 13-1. Sockers losing their 3rd of the year, but still wasn't that a bad trip. Road trip for San Diego, going 2-2. And Baltimore beating Rochester 14-5. Not a surprise there in Baltimore. Solis will be hosting the Dallas Sidekicks less than an hour from now in Sonora. Let's send it down to Van McNeil with our PCI hardest working player of the game.
All right, checking in with our Professional Construction Incorporated hardest working player of the game. It has been a minute. Your captain, my captain. 1, 2, 3, 4 goals tonight. What's IB26? How you been?
Nah, good, man. First, I got to give a shout out to wifey, man. I've been gone a lot with the national team and everything, so she's been holding it down, man. So it's been good. It's been crazy.
You guys have been talking about playoff mentality here this weekend, and you guys really set that pace and set the tone early.
Yeah, these guys, KC's trying to get in. Obviously, we're in right now, but yeah, it's a big weekend, and we got the job done today, but obviously we got to get it done tomorrow.
Tomorrow against the Harrisburg Heat, we can't roll over there. We got to keep up that intensity.
Yeah, massive game. They're coming in. They're good. But, man, we're home, baby. We don't lose at home anymore, man. We're ready to go.
All right, let's put that hat on. The Professional Construction Incorporated hardest working player of the game. Give it up, number IB26, Ian Bennett. Tom and Tenzin, back up to you. Let's go home.
All right, thanks, Van. And again, we will be with you tomorrow, hour earlier, 5:07
On behalf of the
kickoff
entire
time tomorrow.
crew here at UW Milwaukee Panther Arena, under the
See
direction
it right there, waving the Harrisburg Heat, Teacher Appreciation Night. Hopefully the Wave is ready to give a lesson to the Harrisburg Heat, but I got a feeling, Tenzin, that is going to be a tough one.
Yeah, from what I've seen of the Harrisburg Heat early on in the season, they are a game opponent. They are athletic, and they know the game, well coached by Pat Healy. It's going to be another burner tomorrow.
Hope to see you out here. Again, go to MilwaukeeWave.com for tickets. And so until tomorrow, for my colleague Tenzin Rampa, Tom Wynn wishing you a good one. Once again, our final score here tonight, it was Milwaukee 12, Kansas City 5. You've been watching Wave Soccer on MASL TV.